noticed there's one restaurant called Borrel, Borrel, that has been around for about 3 years now, where they sell herring. So I was able to buy a package of frozen herring, and I defrosted it and I prepared it almost in the same way as they would in the Netherlands. I printed myself a Dutch flag with a little, what's it called, barbecue skewer that I glued together because it didn't come with a flag. And when you're eating herring, you have to have the Dutch flag that you eat it with. That's how we do it. So I thought to put on my over-exaggerated orange makeup that I never wear, and to put on my orange shirt, just to get, in the Dutch vibe. So on the 5th of May, it was Liberty Day in the Netherlands, and they have this massive, massive open air concert that I used to go to with my dad, and he would put me on his shoulders, and we were allowed to stay up late because it goes all the way up until midnight. And they have it's in this park in my hometown, Haarlem, with double A. And I was actually able to watch it live, which made me so nostalgic. And in April, it was also King's Day, where everybody loves to dress up and go crazy. Everybody dresses up in orange, and a lot of people have like the Dutch flags painted on their face like this. So that really kind of put me in the mood to, eat herring. But obviously I cannot get it fresh here in Canada. So I bought it frozen. It comes with 2 herrings per pack. And I bought it from the restaurant. So I just wanted to show you what the package looks like. This is what it came in. Hollandse matjes haring, or herring, from Bos. Bossmokedfish.inc, www.smokedfish.com, and it actually has nutritional value on the back as well, so let me read that to you because I've actually never looked into it. So one herring, 75 grams, is 150 calories. Fat is 11 grams, saturated 6 grams. Cholesterol 0, sodium 63, which is a lot, 63%. No carbohydrates, 12 grams of protein, 4% of vitamin A, 8% of calcium, is, well, you eat it with this. So you use this. The little flag is a little scoop to scoop the onions on top of the herring, and then you eat it with a little pricker thingy, barbecue skewer, whatever, toothpick. So I'm going to scoop all of the onion on top of the herring first. This would be much easier to do it with actual utensils, but I refuse to do so, especially for this video, since I'm Dutch, and this is how it's done. All of the onion everywhere. It has to be everywhere for me. It's not because I like this all of a sudden all Dutch people like this, but this is just how I like it. I'm a huge fan of raw onion, also in salads and stuff. And I know that there's a lot of people that aren't. So you can also eat this without onion. But I personally think it has to be eaten with onion. So I'm just going to take a little bite. You always get less pickles than there are pieces. So the pickles are meant to be eaten with, every other piece or so. I'm pretty sure you could probably ask for more if you were to be in the Netherlands, but yeah. What a treat. I don't eat this often because it's pretty pricey because it has to be imported, but when I do, ugh. It's so good. And people have asked me before in the past, what does herring taste like? It's very fishy, but there is no other fish that I can compare it to, like there really isn't. Oh, it's so good. It has been a long time since I ate 2 herrings, because normally I just eat one and that's it. But because you guys had to wait for like years literally for a herring video, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna eat 2. This brings me straight back to my home country, and I think I've probably talked about that years ago as well, when I made my herring eating video. But the way how this is eaten in the Netherlands, you can either 2017, and we visited my foster parents, and they bought a crap ton of herrings, fresh from the fish stand, and it was so good. They cut it up and they laid it all out like really nicely on a big white plate, like a white plate like this, but then bigger. Oh, it was so good. So, I personally do not taste the difference between defrosted herring and fresh herring that is not frozen. The taste might be slightly different, but the freezing process and then defrosting it does not change the texture of the fish whatsoever. Oh God, it's so good. And you know, there's actually a lot of people in the Netherlands that don't like herring. It's not like, oh, because you're Dutch, all of a sudden, you know, you're gonna like this by definition. It's definitely not like that. But a lot of people do like herring, and all of the delicious fried fish that you get with like 3 different sauces and salad on the side when you go to the beach. When you go to the beach in the Netherlands, you have all these different fish stands where you can just pick and choose. Like they have fried cod, crab, what else? Mussels, you know, clams, like all sorts of things. Yeah, so they have all sorts of fried things that you can buy. And also herring. So usually well, I mean, it's been a long time since I visited the Netherlands, years now. But what I used to do is I would usually get a herring and then also a platter with kibbeling, which is the fried cod with this amazing tartar sauce that you just can't find it like that here. So this is my lunch and breakfast. I usually don't eat breakfast, but I do eat lunch and dinner and like a snack in between. And this is it. This is my lunch. especially like different food cultures that I didn't grow up with. I always find it interesting to learn about that, especially from the people that did grow up with it. Goodness, this is so good. So yeah, it's been a very long time since I've had herring. Especially, again, I would have it more often if it wouldn't be so expensive, but it has to be imported. But in my opinion, once in a while, you know, I do it once in a while. Wow, that is a very loud helicopter. I wonder who they're looking for. Okay, we're almost at the end. Also, I know that a lot of you really wanted to try herring after the eating video that I made back then, like years ago. So, if you've had the opportunity to try herring in the meantime, in the past few years, please comment down below and let me know what you thought of it. I'm really curious to know from somebody that didn't grow up with it. Oh goodness, here we go. Last piece. I can definitely tell you that 2 herrings will last me for a couple of months. In terms of like satisfaction, it's not something I would want to eat every week anymore. I've came to appreciate, you know, having it once in a while, to be honest. So if you were to prepare this at home the same as I do, cut this on a plastic cutting board. Definitely not wood, because you do not want that potent smell to stick to wood or anything that it could stick to. So yeah. Anyways. I really don't have any more to share. I am just very satisfied right